Hi, in this video we're going to explore more of factorising the difference of two squares. Now what do we mean by the difference of two squares? If you look at this a squared minus b squared, it's when you have a difference means a subtraction, so you've got a subtraction of two squared things. Now a squared and b squared are both squared things, and if you have this kind of algebraic form, then you can factorise it into two brackets like this, two brackets where you have a plus in the middle of one of the brackets, a minus in the middle of the other bracket. And then what you do is you do the square root of the first thing. So the square root of a squared would just be a, because the square root cancels out the squared. So you put a as the first term of each bracket. And then you do the square root of the second thing. So the square root of b squared is just b, because the square root cancels out the squared. And you put b as the second thing of each bracket. So let's apply that to each of these examples here. So firstly, note it's a difference of two squares, because look, it's a difference. And we've got two squared things. 9 is a square number, and 4x squared is also something squared, which we'll see in a second what that is. So we put two brackets, a plus in the middle of one, a minus in the middle of the other. It doesn't actually matter which way the plus and the minus go. And then, as I said, we do the square root of each of these two things. So what's the square root of the first term? Another way of saying that is what times by itself would give you 4x squared? Well, the answer is 2x, isn't it? Because 2x times 2x, if I just do it down here, 2x multiplied by itself, well, 2 times 2 is 4, and x times x is x squared. Be careful, the square root of 4x squared is not just 4x. You've got to square root both the 4 to become 2, and square root the x squared to become x. So we put the 2x as the first thing in each bracket. 2x is the first thing in each bracket. And then we square root the second term here, square root the 9. The square root of 9 is 3, so we put that as the second thing in each bracket. What about the second one? So two brackets, put plus in the middle of one of them, minus in the middle of the other. What's the square root of 25y squared? Well, the square root of 25 is 5, and the square root of y squared is y, so it's 5y. 5y multiplied by itself is 5y times 5y is 25y squared. And then you do the square root of 1. The square root of 1 is 1, so you get 1 and 1 like that. And just the final example, we need two brackets, plus in the middle of one and minus in the middle of the other. The square root of 49, the first term is 7, so you put 7 as the first thing in each bracket. And the square root of 9x squared, well, you square root the 9 is 3, and the square root of x squared is just x, so it's 3x. So you put that as the second thing in each bracket, and we're done.